Or good evening. We don't know when you're listening. We know you are listening, and thank you for listening.
Thank
Hello,
you,
everyone.
Ad.
Well, thank you, Andrew. So today we are going to do another lesson about computers. Actually, today we're talking about computers. But before we jump too much into this topic, we just wanted to thank everyone for going to the website and making it more of a community. I think we're really growing and sharing some interesting ideas. So if you haven't been on there, get on there is what I'm really saying.
Absolutely, Ad. We'd love to see you online, and I'll tell you what, Ad put up a new looking site. It's similar, but it's looking a little better. We're always making some improvements here.
Right, and also if you have any problems with it, because sometimes if you're using different browsers, it can look differently. So if you see any problems, just contact me and I'll try to change them. I don't really know exactly how to do that, but I'll try my best anyways. Always trying our best here.
All right, that's the important thing. And as Ad said, the lesson is about buying a computer. I've got an old computer, and I don't like it. I'm gonna get a new one, and Ad and I are just gonna, talk about it and see how that goes. I say we jump into the dialogue.
Good.
Ad Z.
What's going on?
I've had it with my old computer. It's a total piece of junk. I'm getting a new one.
Are you getting a Mac or staying with the PC?
I know a lot of people swear by the Mac, but I'm so used to the PC that I think I'll just stick with it.
I like the Mac because it crashes a lot less and has a lot less viruses.
I don't blame you. I can definitely see how it would be better. I just can't be bothered to learn how to use one. I also know there's a lot less software for the Mac.
I hear you. What specs are you getting?
I want a huge hard drive for all my downloads. I need to get a big monitor to watch movies on.
What about the RAM and the processor?
I don't use too many applications simultaneously. I pretty much just do word processing and surf the net.
Okay, I guess that was the dialogue. And
That-
now we're done the dialogue and you heard the dialogue. Listen again. If you didn't understand everything or miss some of the words, get on the website and you can see the transcript there. www.china232.com. Okay, good.
Okay, Ad, let's talk about this. There's a lot of little things in here that are very useful to use. Little phrases that, if you're not a native speaker, you might not be able to use them so well. You'd probably understand them if you heard them, but it's very important to go from that, make that leap from you can understand it to you can actually use it. So we're going to talk about a lot of those and try to get those as part of your working vocabulary. All right.
Okay, so let's talk about what some of these are, I would say.
First one is had it. Okay?
Right.
So if you say you've had it with something, it means you're tired of something and you no longer will deal with it anymore.
Right.
So you can say, I've had it with this old TV.
Right.
I'm done with it. I don't want it anymore. It's garbage. I've had it with your nonsense. Okay, Ad?
Right. I've had it with my girlfriend.
Yeah, you're finished with it. You've taken more than you can handle and you're done.
The funny thing about girlfriends is some people have had it with their girlfriends, yet they still don't break up with them for some reason. That's interesting.
We know a friend like that actually, and we won't mention his name. Next one, piece of junk.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you've got something old, something that you don't like anymore, that becomes garbage. Junk is garbage, right?
Right. Things that don't have a use anymore.
Right. So they're old, outdated, and you don't want it. So you can say this old TV is a piece of junk.
Right. You're going to throw it away, put it in the garbage.
Even if it works, you can still sometimes say that. Or you should get a new cell phone. Yours is a piece of junk.
Right. It still might work, but just not functioning like the newer ones.
Right. Okay. Garbage. Good. Next one, Mac.
Right.
Short form for Macintosh, which is the computers made by Apple.
Right.
Right. Very easy, but they call
right.
them Macs.
They have a different operating system than the PC, which is what we're talking about as well, which stands for personal computer, which runs the standard Windows operating system.
So people will often ask you if you use a Mac or a PC. Do you use an Apple computer or some other computer like a Dell,
Right.
IBM, anything else.
Which all can run the Windows
Right.
operating system.
So it's like two big kinds you can kind of talk about there. So PC and Mac. Next one. Here's another little piece that's quite useful, Addy.
Yeah.
Swear by. I said a lot of people swear by the Mac. What does that mean?
That's interesting. It basically just means that you really believe in something and you really think it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I can
And
say,
you'll only use it.
yeah,
right?
you swear by it. You totally believe it, and you trust it. And you're telling someone, look, if it's not good, kind of come to me because I promise, I guarantee that. That's what you're basically saying. So you could say, I don't believe that certain kinds of tea can cure a cold, but some people swear by it.
Right.
That means they really believe the tea is going to cure the cold.
Right. 100% sure.
They're
Very
100% sure of that.
certain. Right. Okay. The next one.
Stick with it.
Right. Stick
Right.
with something.
So it's in the same sense. I said, I know a lot of people swear by the Mac, but I'm so used to the PC that I'll think I'll just stick with it.
Right. That means keep using it or doing the same thing.
Yeah, you're just going to keep going. Or something like this. I think I'm going to stick with my original travel plans.
Right. Stay the same. Nothing changes.
No change. You're going to...
You know, the thing about things, we don't stick with everything here at China 232, though. We
No,
like to change it up. Change it right up.
We like to... Yeah, we like new and improved.
Right. Well, we hope so.
Out with the old, in with the new. Add crashes.
Crashes.
My computer often crashes, Ad. Do you want to tell me what's going on there?
I'm not certain what goes on in your computer, but when things crash, that means they no longer function, and then your computer can shut off and you can't use it at this time.
So that's one complaint about the PCs is they often crash. So a program is not responding and the computer freezes, it stops, and you usually have to shut the computer down.
Often if you're running too many programs at the same time and your computer's a little bit old and slower, then it can happen like this.
Yeah, if you're putting a lot of strain on the computer that you have, if you got an old one with that's not so great and you're trying to do a lot of stuff, it can crash. All right. Another great one here to know how to use. Can't be bothered. Okay, if you cannot be bothered to do something, it means you don't want to put in the necessary effort in order to get that thing done. Okay?
That's true. Can we have an example, Andy?
Yeah, we sure can. When we were talking about the Mac and the PC, I said I just can't be bothered to learn how to use one.
Right.
I don't want to waste my time
right,
or
you
use
just-
my time to learn how to use the
It
Mac.
just means you're simply not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it. Or I would love to have a great home-cooked dinner tonight, but I can't be bothered chopping all the vegetables.
Right. So again, you're not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to chop the vegetables. I just don't want to put in the effort.
Right. Okay, the next one, I hear you.
I hear you. Okay, now in this context, if you tell someone, I hear you, it means you understand what they're saying. Okay, you don't necessarily agree with what they're saying, but you can understand their point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they say something and you just say, I hear you, I hear you. I know what you're saying. Okay, I understand that. At least it makes sense.
Right. I say this often to Andrew because he likes to ramble on a little bit in points, and I can say, I hear you.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Good, Addy.
Okay,
Okay.
the next one, specs. This is very simple. It's just a short form for specifications. So what does your computer have? What's inside of it?
Yeah, so if you're buying a new computer, normally you don't talk about the color or anything like that. You talk about the specs of it. You're talking about
The power,
size of the hard
speed.
drive, the amount of the RAM, basically how good it is. What are the different things, the monitor you're using, the sound card, all this kind of stuff.
Right. So the first spec we talk about is RAM.
Yeah, RAM, random access memory.
It's computer memory, and you can use it to run applications at the same time. So if you have a lot more memory, you'll be able to use more applications at the same time. So a bigger number is often helpful.
All right, next one, Ad, since you're the computer whiz.
I wouldn't say that, but the next one is processor. So processor is sort of like the engine of a computer. So if you have a big one, it's just like how powerful, how fast is it running? If you have a big processor, it's going to be running faster. Often you need a certain processor to run certain programs. The newer programs would require a certain processor.
Okay. And applications, Ed.
Well, I think applications are just programs. So if you're running like Microsoft Word, for example, you have the internet going, you're surfing the net, and maybe you're playing a video game too, all at the same time.
Yeah, these are different applications, different things that you're doing, okay? And I said you might be running different applications simultaneously. Simultaneously just means at the same time. So my
Right.
example here, are you able to read and listen to music simultaneously? I
Right.
cannot. I try to do it all the time, actually, and I end up just listening to the music and
Right.
staring at the book.
Andrew's not what they call the best multitasker in the business.
The very last sentence I said was, I pretty much just do word processing and surf the net. And I want to talk about this pretty much here. Okay, if you say I pretty much, what does that mean? It means basically, usually,
Right.
most of the time.
Right, almost all of the time you do this. So you're just going to say that I may as well do this only.
Yeah,
You're
now
not even
thi-
going to talk about the other things that you do.
This is a casual term again, and then we use it in spoken English a lot. I pretty much just do this means basically all the time I do this, not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. A lot of terms here. Always, there's so much in this. I think you
Right.
guys must be learning a lot. Get on the website. We're trying to put up more examples of sentences, make it a little more colorful.
Right. And if we're talking too quickly, too slowing, too boring, tell us on the website. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. I mean, be nice because I don't want my feelings hurt, but tell us. And we'll talk to you soon.
See you guys.